Early morning stretch. So this is our GPS chart plotter, and it pretty much shows us the course that we're trying to take, and where we're actually headed is the little line that's kind of moving. It looks like a little bit of a pendulum. The numbers on the top are our speed, and honestly, doing 6 knots on a steel boat in bumpy seas is pretty darn astonishing. And here you can see that we've made it up to about 9 point something knots. So we're incredibly proud of what this boat is doing.
Chart of the Gulf of Mexico. We folded it to fit on the wall. Here is Galveston Bay, and here is the Gulf Coast down to Florida. And we are heading from Galveston to the Dry Tortugas off the coast of Florida. So the prevailing wind is from the southeast, which is exactly the wrong wind. And so when we left Galveston, we had to beat, and our first leg took us out into the oil fields, and we had a terrible time dodging oil rigs all night.
And beating is when you're going in exactly the direction of the wind, but you can't actually do it, so you have to go at 45 degrees from the direction of the wind.
We got around here, and a ship came up to us, the Responsibility, and they radioed us that there was going to be terrible weather, gusting over 27 knots and 7-foot seas, and we should go back to port. But we decided to press on, and we texted everyone we could on the Spot X to find out what their take of the weather was. Anyway, we kept going, and sure enough, it was really awful weather, and it was head-on weather. Of course, we were beating against the wind
and against the waves, which meant that the waves were coming over the coach roof. It was really uncomfortable.
So the end of the second day, we were only about here, and then we tacked and we started beating again. On the third day, got to about here, and then slowly the wind changed to a westerly wind, and it became favorable on the fourth day. And the fifth day, the wind filled in from the north, and so we're down here now on the fifth day, and we have a northerly wind, so we're reaching along, sometimes touching 9 or 10 knots. And in a day and a half, we hope to be in the Dry Tortugas. The wind is going to switch to the east, and so we'll be beating again on the other tack with the wind coming from the east, and we'll have to see if we can make the Tortugas, but hopefully we'll end up in the current. This is the Gulf Stream, the biggest current in the world. And so if we push down this way, unable to go to the Tortugas, the current should carry us to some extent, so when we turn, we'll be able to lay the Dry Tortugas. And that is the game plan.
Monday today, and David just explained to you the whole trip that we've taken so far in detail with the map.
But beating is going directly opposite to the wind, not
And-
with the wind. My mom said it's wrong.
Jason wants to explain something to you. Will you say that again?
So, beating is when you're going directly against the wind, not directly with the wind. My mom said that wrong during the last clip.
Okay, so he's correct, but I actually think I said that it's you want to go in the direction from which the wind is coming. Well, the direction was southeasterly, and we wanted to go in a southeasterly direction. So I think that's where the mistake came in. Anyway, the waves are quite bumpy, but not anything nearly as bad as what we've done, and the water has warmed up significantly, meaning that we were able to all go out onto the back earlier this morning and actually take a bit of a bath, so we all smell a whole lot better, I think. Hopefully we'll be able to do that tomorrow again. That would be a welcome thing, especially the warm weather and the warm current, not only the smell.